What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be preparing for Easter Sunday. Shout out to everybody celebrating Passover, Easter, Good Friday, all that stuff. I hope you guys are having a blessed weekend. It's pretty beautiful out here right now where we are, so that's actually pretty good stuff. I'm going to touch really quickly on the Ultimate Legends. You do have Justin Tuck, you have Todd Heap. For my Raider theme team fans and everybody out there, yeah, Justin Tuck is a Raider. Would I spend the money? No. Very, very simplistic answer. I don't think that you should do it. It is up to you if you want to. All right. You also have wife banger Steve Smith. He's not as useful as he was before. Obviously, he's not a one of the seasons cards anymore. So he doesn't get all 32 team chems. He only gets his natural chems. So him being it doesn't really matter. And yes, you could put him in as a gadget, you could run the ball with him, all that stuff, but it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't really go crazy about him. You know, overall, the Ultimate Legends are an L, but again, if you're looking to add Justin Tuck, he would, with the crystals, he would be a 99 speed, right? And it probably would work out pretty well for you dudes if you honestly went that route. So it is up to you how you want to do it. He is a Raider also, so obviously it'll work out for you dudes having another 99 speed player. His X factors, he does get Colossus. It starts on all the good stuff, but like I said before, with everybody running the Sugar Rush momentum shift, honestly, the off and on, it's all stupid, right? I think that's a big L from EA Sports. A lot of what goes on in the game right now and what makes the game really just ridiculous is the fact that you can't enjoy what you can activate. Like, momentum shift makes absolutely no sense to be in the game if you're telling everybody that once somebody meets a certain objective, it's going to be unstoppable. So again, that's something that the development team at EA Sports is going to have to deal with, but it's very, very annoying. All right, so that's just Justin Tuck right there. If you wanted to spend, I think he's going for about 2.4 right now. Todd Heap, he's always been a solid player. Again, he's not going to be somebody that I'm going to add on the team because, again, he does not get any passive X factors as abilities. So that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So whether or not you go this route, you want Todd Heap, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, Ravens or Arizona Cardinals, that's on you. It's still the same stuff with the Sugar Rush stuff. So it's off, on, all that BS. So not really a big deal there. So I wouldn't really spend money right now. I would wait it out until Easter Sunday when the eggs start to hatch and then figure it out from there. That's my opinion. All right. Now, I do want to make sure that everybody understands. At this point right now, all the eggs have been leaked. For those of you guys that are watching right now while I'm making the video, you pretty much know what all the eggs are. So you guys could go ahead and, let me know in the comments. But depending on what you have left to do with your carrots, that's going to be on you. All right. I do have a couple rare champions. I have a couple limiteds. I don't know what they're going to go for. All I can tell you is this, right? Based on the way that the carrots are and the price ranges of the way it goes, like 18,000 carrots is a rare egg, right? I do believe that the market will reflect it because even if you did pull it, it was very, very hard to get limiteds this year. Everyone, for the most part, is complaining about how trash the egg bundles were. So I do believe you will get a suitable amount of money for that during the the Easter promo when it actually hatches. Just let you see one thing, right? I did end up buying Sean Taylor after I raid sold Aaron Donald, right? We'll take a look at his price right now. This is something that I'm very concerned about simply for the fact that I spent I think I spent like 2.1 for him or something. He already went down 300K, right? The reason that it's going to be crazy is you said Winter Warrior. You talking about Winter Warrior? You talking about Snow? LT? Okay, you caught me off guard with that right there. But listen, this is the situation, right? Because of the fact that no matter what happens, he's going to have Avalanche, it'll only be an X factor. I don't really know how much more his price is going to drop. So I did spend the coins for him, right? I'm not going to sell him back. I'm going to deal with whatever happens simply because I know he's going to be somebody I can utilize with the way that I'm, pretty much running my offense. Like I'm going to have Avalanches out there going crazy and I really don't care. I'm going for hit sticks. If you don't fumble, whatever, I don't care. So the more of those players that I get, the easier it's going to be to get turnovers because with the way that the game is, the game is being played right now, I just played a guy running Omaha in Gauntlet and he threw 4 Stevies that I dropped. So I don't think it really matters. And yeah, it don't matter if he had Gambit, whatever. I was clicking on and going for the interception and still dropping it. So the game is ultimately garbage. But if you get players that can force turnovers, you should be good. You know what I'm saying? You only got 2 limiteds and you cleared the carrot store twice. That's pretty bad stuff. So that's pretty much where we are with it as far as like, my situation of cards I should get rid of. As far as the other cards, I don't think like for any reason at all, Calvin is probably going to, fluctuate from where he is. He's going to stay at about $1 million because of the fact, he gets certain abilities. That Moss and stuff like that, even though I don't really use Moss, he gets a lot of abilities that are going to still be relevant in the game. The only problem with his card, like honestly, is the fact that they didn't give him passive double me like they did last year. That's it. Nothing else is really going on with it. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to tell you again, it doesn't, like, depending on what you have going on with your squad right now, he may work for you, he may not. But just remember, right, it starts in the zone for the Ring of Honor, right? Like, he starts in the zone. I don't know when it's actually going to go ahead and, like, go back to, like, be in a situation where, when you have, you're going to get people that runs momentum shift, and then you have to get the 2 20-yard catches, and then because of the Sugar Rush momentum shift, you got to do it again, and you got to keep doing it again. That's going to be stupid. That's going to be stupid eventually. We're probably going to have to get rid of him and get somebody else that actually has the passive ability. That's why Kyle Pitts is still one of the best cards in the game. Because Kyle Pitts still gets it as a passive ability. And this is what I'm trying to make everybody understand. The X Factors always turns out, since they created momentum shift, X Factors always have, they're always going to be a situation where it really affects the game negatively during end game Madden, simply because of the way that the game is designed. So the more of that you can get, where it's like, it's passive, you're going to pay the AP for it, but it's just better off for the scheme. Because EA is doing whatever they want. And honestly, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, for them to have that momentum shift come off and on and off and on. It should, if you're going to have it, it should just be one time. And then you got to activate it with 2 hit sticks or whatever. But the Sugar Rush version really takes a lot out of the game. So his price is going to be relative to what those abilities are. You see what I'm saying? Like he steadily stayed around 3 million. Now, when they start dropping other players that have that same passive ability, his price will eventually start to go down. The only thing that makes him like really, really OP is the fact that he also gets all 32 team chems. That is very, very important. So I'm showing you all of my my limiteds. The market crash, could it affect me? Yes, with Sean Taylor. Kyle Pitts, I'm not worried about. Jamal Adams was free. So if I end up selling him, it won't really matter. He's another dude that's kind of like aggravating because, he gets a Sugar Rush avalanche or whatever, but again, momentum shift on the other side of the ball, he would lose it, it'll come back, like it's real stupid. But he's still at about 1.7, so I'll just take a look at it and he'll probably be gone. You know what I'm saying? But I need all of you to look at all of the stuff that you have. Any of your players that are auctionable, that there's a chance you can make something out of it, you might want to go ahead and get rid of them now before Easter Sunday. Because if you don't, you're going to be losing a lot. It ain't going to be like, I only lost like 200K. You're going to be losing millions on limiteds. Because no matter what happens with the eggs hatching, everybody goes crazy and everybody starts to get rid of stuff. And they just, everybody's going to be in panic mode and it's going to be real nasty. So these are my top cards that I'm showing you. Everything else pretty much, they're Raider theme teams, or it's like a collector's team of the year, Myles Garrett, that gets all 32 team chems. I can't get rid of them. So that's where I am. So good luck to everybody. I'll see you in the morning, and hopefully you get all the eggs and stuff that you wanted, bro. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have a blessed day. One love, y'all.